Okay, I'm just gonna fade this out because it keeps repeating. There's a song from my 2010 album, Rejected. These are demos and stuff that was written for films that never got made or that was not used. Welcome to the last walkthrough of the Second Life Book Club Archipelago. We're on island number 3. The book club was happening from April 8th, 2020. We did it for 4.5 years, pretty much every week, sometimes twice a week. And almost every week we built a new world or a new venue or a place where we could host an author. And the authors at this stage of the game, I know Second Life is not a game, at this stage of the Second Life Book Club event series, we actually mixed in a lot of authors from the world of social science. So history, anthropology, sociology, politics, progressive politics, of course, Marxists even. And that was very successful. We had really amazing high-profile authors, high-profile in the sense of what they put forward, not necessarily famous people or best-selling authors. Really a mix. Some best-selling, some just starting out. And as you can see, this, I don't know where this wind light setting, environment setting came from. I think it came from the Skullduggery Pleasant show, but this is the setting that we have. Should I keep it? I'll change it. I'll change it occasionally, but let's get started. So this is the entrance point here. And I think this was the first one we built. This is the first show with the first guest on Island 3. And I don't know if anybody was present or if anybody watching this on the stream right now remembers who the author is. Does anybody remember? It'll be revealed shortly. So again, what I really liked, and a lot of really amazing creators put this stuff together. I just dreamed it up and then cracked the whip on them lazy creators. No, I'm so grateful that we had, and I'll mention the names, and I'll put all the names in the description of the video or in a comment. The audience arrived here, and then they had to go through this door, through this little hut here. Wait a minute. There's still some music going on. Here we go. They had to go through here, and this was Daniel Krauss was visiting us. He wrote the Teddy Saga. He wrote so much good stuff. The Teddy Saga, They Threw Us Away, which I read. It's amazing. I think it's 3 parts now. The Teddy Saga with illustrations here. These are basically discarded teddies. Here they're jealously looking at the toy store where the kids just buy new teddies and throw away the old ones. Really, really cool. Daniel Krauss is known for horror, and he was here for this one. It's called Autumnal, the Autumnal graphic novel. So he was here for the second time. The first time he was here for The Living Dead, which he wrote not in real-life collaboration with George Romero, but the George Romero estate allowed him to write the definitive novel on the Living Dead series based on notes by Romero. And this is where we actually had the event. You go through the little place, and then you're here. And look at this. This is the autumnal graphic novel. Not the whole thing, but a few pages. Really cool. So people were showing up, and they got a little taste. Old school. I mean, this functionality, these kind of books were around in Second Life back when I started, like 2007, and they're still absolutely cool. I mean, it's basic stuff, right? You click on it, the book pages turn. Daniel Kraus. Pick up some Daniel Kraus. He's the horror master. Forget Stephen King. Forget him. Forget it. Forget about it. He also wrote, here's another one, Trolls is the Living Dead. I mean, obviously George Romero created the modern zombie mythos, and his films are important, but this novel is even more important, I think, than the films, because this is really based on Romero's original conception of the zombie mythos, and Daniel Kraus does an amazing job. He also wrote The Shape of Water with Guillermo del Toro after the film. Prolific guy, and very cool that he was here. So normally, and the design of this place is wonderful. Normally we would teleport, but since the next menu is right here, let's go here. This is something Ruby, who designed most of these places, came up with. Just pasting. Oh, she was pasting illustrations on prims. This is not an example. We'll encounter another example. But this was a vampire novel by Alice James, her debut novel. Really good stuff from Rebellion Publishing. We did a lot of authors from Rebellion. These are not well-known authors. These are small authors that have tremendous talent. Rebellion Publishing, Grave Secrets. That's what the book was called. Grave Secrets. So, yeah, I enjoyed that aspect of the book club very much. That we alternated between very well-known, best-selling authors and newcomers, new kids on the block, debut authors, obviously always people who had a day job. And that was always part of the discussion, is like, how do you stay creative? How do you actually finish something while you have a grueling, badly paid day job? And how do you not lose faith in your ability to say something, or in the importance of that endeavor, right? I mean, I think really the biggest enemy is sort of the grind of being a wage slave, but it can also sometimes be motivating. But just to keep the energy going and keep the faith that what you have to say is worthwhile pursuing, there's a nagging voice in every one of us in the morning when we get up. I mean, I'm certainly in my head, which is like, what are you doing, wasting your time with this creative crap? Nobody cares, right? I mean, there's little feedback sometimes, or none, what you put out there into the world, and we're so used to having this validation in everything else that we sometimes feel like, why am I doing it? I might as well just not do it and just watch TV. or I don't know, something passive. But you know what? Expressing yourself artistically in whatever form is, the validation is fun and it's wonderful and sweet, but you have to get it out. You have to get that voice out there to to remain human, to remain a human being. That's my take on this stuff. And that's actually where the danger of AI comes in, replacing that making of things, the grueling pain that you have to go through. This is Susanna Kleeman, and I stand by my assessment of her novel Twice. This is one of the best novels I read in maybe 10 years. I recommended this many times, and I know that there's at least one person in the book club, a good friend, who hates me for recommending this because she thinks it's not that great. Tastes are different. What can I say? Susanna Kleeman, Twice, really good. She's right now writing a book called Fatal Dating Tips, a practical guide to finding real sex, real sex. Oh, not fake one, fake sex. Love in an unreal world. What kind of book is she writing? Come on, Susanna Kleeman. No, but this is in the works. It's coming out soon. But Twice is a novel about conspiracy. I mean, it's really good, and that's what this set inspired. There's a nefarious entity controlling absolutely everything since the beginning of time. If you're reading this without me with you or me having told you about it, then I'm dead. Sorry for everything. It's all a sham. Everything is a sham. If you like conspiracies that are so close to what could be the truth, uh, I mean, this is awesome. You know, forget about what's that Dan Brown novel, that terrible Dan Brown novel that was made into a movie with Tom Hanks. People on the chat, help me out. Come on, Dan Brown. I hate Dan Brown. He's so bad. Not a good writer. But Susanna Kleeman is. And if you want something of that vibe, but much better, uh, read the novel Twice. Okay. What's that? What's that novel that that was based? The film was based on with Tom Hanks. Who cares? Nobody in the chat cares either. Singularity. What is the singularity? Ooh. Oh shit. What happened? Oh, the singularity. How can I? The naked singularity you're talking about, Sergio de la Pava. Now in my mode. I am in my mode where I'm going to say every book is the best book since sliced bread. Well, a naked singularity is in fact an absolutely important, really an insane book by a public defender in New York. His day job is as a public defender. He also runs um, a business with public defenders. He does tremendous work with prisoners who don't get a fair shake in the carceral state. He does. Sergio de la Pava writes important essays on that topic. He's very outspoken against the justice system, but he's also a novelist on the side, and he wrote this book, A Naked Singularity. It's so good. What is this quote? As you know, during the show, we put up these quotes as a starting point for the guests to riff on. Oh, New One Wind says Da Vinci Code. That's right, Da Vinci Code. So Da Vinci Code, that garbage book, throw it in the trash and get Susanna Clemens Twice. But also get Naked Singularity. Sergio de la Pava's avatar was an owl, and he was sitting up here. And he has a new book out. I forgot the title, of course. Naked Singularity was actually made into a movie. I didn't see it. I saw the trailer. The trailer looks actually pretty good. But again, what is so amazing about Sergio is that he is, in his day job, he has a very unglamorous day job as a public defender, defending people who just have absolutely nobody to speak for them at all, and who are just ground out in the meat grinder of the justice system. And he does that day in, day out, long hours, and he's still able to write these maximalist novels. So that was very cool to have him on the program. Oh my God. Memes. This is when we started. Sergio de la Pava is, of course, his day job is in the justice system. So he talked a lot about social issues. But here on Island 3, we have a lot of, that's when we really started to focus on people from the nonfiction world, social issues, progressive politics, history, anthropology. And this was a wonderful show with Mike Watson, the founder of Revol Press. And this was the first book that came out on Revol Press, called Hungry Ghosts in the Machine: Addiction, Digital Capitalism, and the Search for Self. I know people who watch this on the stream are going, they know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this book is incredibly important and you should get it now. Yes, you should. This is for people who work and live in the digital space, because obviously not everything is bad, but what is bad is ownership of platforms. What is bad is uh, the incentive structure of capitalism, all this stuff that you know. But how does it affect you, and what can be done about it? This is a slim volume. You can get it from revolpress.com. The other book that they have out, they have more now. This one is called The Darkest Timeline: Living in a World with No Future. These are essays by Bram Gieben. Also pretty good. This is pretty bleak though. This is too bleak, which is weird because as soon as I bought it, my wife stole it from me, and she doesn't like bleak stuff. She always thinks I'm too bleak. And then she got that and said, that's a good book. Mike Watson also wrote The Meaning of Mark Fisher. That's that's what inspired the set design here. And this Doodle House I had in my inventory since 2007. Oops. But then I think Ruby made these chairs. These are new chairs. Always I talk about Ruby. Amelia Vale is her new name. She built this around it. And of course, Mike's avatar is also a paper cutout. I think this car might be drivable. This is also from my inventory. So yeah, we gotta hope I'm not rushing, but I'm worried that my elderly dog needs to go to the bathroom. Monte Crypto. This was an author from Germany who lives around the corner from me, who I met at the swimming pool, the public swimming pool. I was reading a Neil Stephenson novel, Seven Eves, and then the guy next to me with his kids says, "Oh, is that the new Neil Stephenson novel?" And I go like, "Yeah." He says, "Is it any good?" And I go like, "Yeah, it's actually really good. Seven Eves, love it." He goes like, "Oh yeah, I like him." Uh, and I go like, "Yeah." He says, "Yeah, I write sci-fi." And I go, "Sure, cool." He tells me his name, and I look him up, and he's actually a best-selling author. Um, so that was one of the very few German authors. He had two books translated. This one that came out, Monte Crypto, about Bitcoin. Very well written. It's a thriller, fast-paced. This was not available in English when we did the show with Tom. But it was a very engaging show. As you can imagine, we started talking about Bitcoin, and literally half the audience was immediately chiming in text because voice is off. Oh, Bitcoin is the greatest, and you gotta buy this and that, and it immediately devolved for a little while into like complete like Bitcoin is awesome and Bitcoin is garbage. Here's a Drax coin, specially made. It's a good novel. It's suspenseful. I gave it to a neighbor of mine. She thought it was garbage. She thought it was like written like a bad screenplay. I mean, I'm not gonna judge. But I lost touch with Tom Hillenbrand because of his very questionable take on the genocide in Gaza. I have to be honest, and I want to have this on the record. So, Tom, in case you watch this, I hope you're doing okay. But I can't deal with what you think about this current mass slaughter that we fuel with our tax euros, not with our tax bitcoins, not with our Drax coins. Um, so this was, of course, built as like a gigantic villa because the main villain in this book is a big Ayn Rand fan. Atlas Shrugged, you know. And I think I bought this off the shelf 5,000 lindens. Oops, come on. Sorry, I have my Chinese keyboard from Temu, which sucks. I'm stuck. 5,000 lindens for this gigantic villa. Not bad, huh? And now it's gonna go poof when the islands are gonna be destroyed. So let's go to the next one. And I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna jump on here. 1788. Oh, this is good. So this 1788. Am I correct? Oh yeah. You're gonna kill me because I vaguely remember what this was about. This was about a novel or a novella where there was time travel going on, and by this sort of vigilante that traveled in time. And we started here. The audience came in here, and then there was some really cool stuff. So you go in here, the staples. Time travel is like life. There are no rules, only consequences. Again, I don't remember the author's name. I don't remember the book name, but we'll come to it. So then you go here, and I think then you're going to be teleported. Are you? No, you have to go upstairs. So the audience had to really walk a little bit before they came to the actual venue. And I know that this was confusing. I got a lot of messages like, hey, where am I supposed to go? See, I don't even remember. Oh, maybe it goes in here. Can we click on this? Can't click in mouse. Look. Oh, there you go. See? Oh, and then there was the teleport. There you go. So you have to figure out that you go in here and then you're being teleported into this library. And then here's the venue. This was also repurposed because Ian Wright and Nicole Wilson were not the authors of that time travel book. Ian Wright and Nicole Wilson, also very talented. They are writing, they're publishing with Parliament House Press. Their books are called Tide Pool. This is the one I read. There's a sequel. And the other one is called, what is it called? This is oh God, I don't remember. Oh yeah, Seraphim. No, Sedition. Sorry, Seraphim I didn't read. Sedition. There you go. So, yeah, a repurposed place that we used twice. The original author I don't recall right now. Oh, here it is. Thank you so much. Kate Hartfield. Kate Hartfield. The book is Alice Payne Rides. There you go. And this is Alice Payne, who is this time traveler. She's born here in 1756, and then she lives through all this time, and she goes into the future. It's pretty cool stuff. There's 3 books, I think, in the series. Yeah, Kate Hartfield. Thank you very much. Really some intricate, cool design here, and interior decorating by Ruby Geek. Mohenjo-daro. What the hell was that? Oh God, I don't remember. Mohenjo-daro. Oh, right. This was an author from Pakistan, Usman Malik. Usman Malik. Our world is not our own. It is borrowed. Sometimes it may be shared, even reshaped against the will of its possessors, but always for a brief interlude. Yeah, Midnight Doorways is the name of his book, I think, right? Midnight Doorways. Fables from Pakistan. Really, really good stuff. He wrote a bunch of others that I got in ebook form. Spring Love, Pichal Pyre. Oh yeah, this one, City of Red Midnight. But This is only ebooks, but this is his self-published. You can buy it directly from him. He ships it to you from Pakistan. Midnight Doorways, Usman Malik. Uh, really good stuff. This is something I should probably reread. Not much to say about that. I'm going to put it to midnight because I love midnight. This is the venue here for the program. Great design here, little quotes on the stones. It's been the branch laden with fruit that bends the most. And here, what does it say? In her heart was a steaming shadow that whispered nasty things. It impaled her with its familiarity. Yeah, poetry, man. All that stuff's gonna be gone. Okay, I'm not gonna whine about it. That's how it goes. These are the illustrations from the book Midnight Doorways, by the way. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, this might also be something. Usman Malik, you can contact him and get this book shipped to you. Maybe it's distributed now through Amazon or something. Um, getting sad. So good. Okay, if you want this to keep this stuff around, you got to email patch@lindenlamp.com and say, Patch, you mofo. No, don't do that. Be nice, be respectful. Say, Patch, with all your powers of deleting Sims. No. He's not going to do that for a variety of reasons, and that's fine. Let there be possibility. Let there be possibility to email Patch and express your gratitude that this happened. It's no more. Let's move on. This 2145 is the venue of Kate Hartfield's. We were there. Autumnal, I was there. Dara. Oh, I know what Dara is. Dara is the name of my wife's sister, but this is a different Dara. Let's see, different light. Dara. What is Dara? This is where the folks arrive. The audience. Look at this. You look around. You're on a little island. Moving clouds. We worked a lot with really cool kind of sim surrounds. And then you go, where am I supposed to go? Oh, here's a ladder. Maybe I need to go on the ladder, right? I forgot if there's a climbable ladder. Yes. Gotta climb the ladder. Gustav is just floating. My doggy. And here's all these airships. Damn, this was good. Anybody know who this guest was, this author? Anybody? Hello? Nobody. So then you go up there, and then you know it's Ken Liu. Who is Ken Liu? Whoever needs to ask that question needs to shut up. No. Ken Liu is a Chinese American author of high renown. What is he most known for? He's most known for something that he doesn't want to be constantly asked about, which I completely understand. He is well known for the translation of The Three Body Problem. The Three Body Problem by Xingji Liu, one of the best sci-fi novels ever, maybe the best one. And he translated it into English. And I remember Ken Liu was on the show 3 times. The first time I invited him, I asked, "Is there anything that you don't want to discuss?" or something like that, right? Like, is there something that you want to focus? Or maybe I asked, "Is there something you want to focus on?" And he said, "Yeah, please don't ask me about the three body problem." Because everybody asked him about the three-body problem, right? I mean, this was around the time when Netflix announced that they're going to do a series. And can you, sympathize with someone who wrote an gigantic, epic series? The Grace of Kings is like a 5-book series called The Kingdom of Dara. This is part 3 or 4. I forget. I mean, these are massive. This book is like 600 pages. Each book is like between 300 and 700 pages. Speaking Bones. It's insane. Epic fantasy. Can you imagine somebody who writes this stuff and you go into an interview or you're invited on some sort of show, and then all they ask you is about, oh, you translated the three-body problem. How was that? How was that experience? Did you meet Xi Jingliu? Um, and you go like, shut up. Why don't you ask me about my books? So I totally understand that. And on this program, we focused on his Kingdom of Dara epic fantasy series. If you like epic fantasy, there's no way around this stuff. You're wasting your time watching Game of Thrones. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your life away binging. You should read this stuff. This is the first one, The Grace of Kings. The second one I only have in German, Die Götter von Dara. Don't ask me what the English title is. And then The Veiled Throne may be number 3. This may be number 4. This may be number 5. Who knows? I don't know. I don't remember things. I only remember a good time. We had a good time, and very proud of the venue here, which is depicting these kind of airships that are very instrumental in the Wall of Storms. This is something that I should probably reread, but it's a massive time investment. This is the dilemma, being obsessed with Infinite Jest and Thomas Pynchon and stuff like that. It's always like a very rational. It's a rational dilemma. Like, should I reread Ken Liu's epic fantasy of like 3,000 pages? I'm going to be stuck there for 3 to 6 months, and then I don't have time to reread Infinite Jest or whatever. So, yeah, I'll think about it. So, how do we get to the next one? Do we have to go down here? I'm going to cheat. And here we see autumnal exit management. Exit management, oh God, okay. Exit management was an incredible literary novel. Here we go again. If you're not into epic fantasy, you're alive, aren't you? So there's hope. The people arrived here in this kind of upscale, whatever this is, apartment or hotel, possibly, more like a hotel lobby. And then they had to go here to the venue, and here's the venue. The event took place here in a dining hall. And this was Naomi Booth. Naomi Booth, British author. I read all her books. So good. Exit Management. Exit Management. An essential novel for our times. Exit Management. Again, topic, as so often is the case, and I don't blame the authors, this is just what's on our minds. Economic inequality, neoliberalism. This is this as perspective in the UK. Okay, so exploitation and making money, but feeling empty spiritually. Great characters, good stuff. Sealed is another of her novel. This is horror. This is pretty brutal stuff. Good though. What else? The Lost Art of Shrinking, she wrote, and there was one more. No, Sealed. Oh, that's right. The Brood. That, of course, she didn't write that. The Brood is a David Cronenberg film, and I have the novelization of The Brood. And I just put that there because Sealed really reminded me of The Brood. And I forget now if Naomi said, "Oh yeah, this inspired me to write this book." She may have, or she may not have. Who knows? Naomi Booth, one of the good Naomis, like Naomi Klein, who was not on the show ever, but who could have been. The art here on the wall is art by Second Life artist Judy Lynn India. You can find her in the Hotel Chelsea. She has a gallery, not in the hotel, but outside of it. Her stuff is awesome. I actually ordered something from Fine Art America, real life stuff. I love her work. I think this is all Judy Lynn India. I don't know what did we put. Yes, it all is. This is just awesome. Did we put something here in the hallway? No. Maybe here. This is something else. All right. Anyway, Naomi Booth. There you go. Next. Let's keep running here because I can feel it that the dog, the real life dog, the real life Gustav. This is only the virtual Gustav. The real life Gustav is gonna wake up and he will have to pee, and it has to go quick. Grave Secrets with a Joan Mitchell. JFK. Ooh. This is JFK Airport. This was awesome. This is Antoine Wilson. And here it goes. You gotta get his book. Mouth to mouth. You gotta get all his books. He only wrote 3. This was a great discussion because we talked about the pressure to deliver, and these are his words. He said, "I only wrote 3 novels." And I said, "Well, what do you mean only?" He say, "Yeah, well, all my colleagues in the time it takes me to write 3 novels, they write like 10, right?" And he feel and this is an interesting topic that especially with Anton Wilson came up. Like, how do you this sort of judging yourself because of expectations that you assume society has on you because you internalized the type of expectations put down by your parents, and your parents just sort of your parents absorb the expectations of society to be productive, to be always producing and stuff like that. And this is something we need to free ourselves from. This is very difficult to do. This is way more difficult than to open these doors. So here's where the audience arrived at JFK. Of course, we just bought this regional airport off the marketplace, and then crossed out regional and put the JFK sign above. That's creative set design. Am I right? And then let's see. I think there's a teleport. You go here, and then you're teleported closer to the place of the venue. And then you go here, and then here's a very intimate venue. Here's the audience, and this is Antoine Wilson. And his 3 books are, the latest one is Mouth to Mouth. Really good shit. A novella, short. He packs so much into it. Panorama City is his second novel. Panorama City, I don't know, they're all really good. Very unique characters. And The Interloper is his debut novel. So Mouth to Mouth, The Interloper. Seek out Antoine Wilson. He has a website, AntoineWilson.com. Send him an email and say, Dragster said that you're a lazy bum, you surf too much, and you should write more. Where's your 20th novel? Why is there a Marillion poster here? Well, it's referenced in Mouth to Mouth. And why are we in an airport? Well, because that's where Mouth to Mouth starts, with a chance meeting at the airport. As so often life unfolds with chance meetings at airports. Am I right? Chat? Hello, chat. Chad, Chatty Chads. How do we get out of here? Oh, right. And this is a gallery of a real life author, real life artist. Sorry, Joan Mitchell, who's also referenced in the book. Francis Arsenault is not real, but Joan Mitchell is. So we halfway through the show, we went here. Here's a picture from the outside. Damon Young, he was not on this program. This is just a teaser for the next one. At the end of each show, I always put up the flyer for the next one. So Antoine Wilson, Mouth to Mouth, and this was very cool because this was the first time we actually changed venues during the show with the entire crowd. So we said, let's get up, let's go here, and you come out here, and we continue to talk about the book and the work. That was really cool. Walk and talk. Skullduggery. Steamcraft. Let's go to Steamcraft. Oh, Steamcraft. Same one. We repurposed that. We were here before. Mutapa. Oh, Mutapa is Derek Koonskin. Mutapa, but this is not where it started. This is kind of a space station. It's called Mutapa. And this is Derek Koonskin, Epic Sci-Fi, The House of Sticks, The Quantum War. Is a trilogy. The Quantum Garden, The Quantum Magician, The Quantum War. Really epic stuff. And this is a cool design. This is all stuff off the shelf that we combined. I don't know where these came from, but basically, you could sit here. The audience could sit on these robots. They could sit on the normal seats or on the robots. And oh, I got to show you this because the audience arrived somewhere else. Let's see if we can go up here. We'll cheat a little bit. Zooming out. This is where the audience arrived in this station up here. So here we go. So imagine the audience arrived, and we changed the teleport, the landing point. The audience arrived in this little thing, like a floating space station or whatever it is. They go like, "Oh, I'm in the right place. I'm here to see Derek Koonskin. But where do I go? Is there an open door somewhere? This door here. This one is not opening. This one is opening. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to go through here, through the quantum tunnel. Through the quantum tunnel. Open. I want to see Derek Koonskin, so I'm going to go through here. And then, I'm going to fall down. I'm going to continue. Oh my God, this is weird. Where's the Derek Koonskin show? And there I am. And here are weird quantum glitches. This gotta be, here it is. Here's the venue. Is it showtime? So that's what happened with Derek Koonskin. Pretty cool, huh? So that one I'm very proud of. I'm not proud because I made it. I'm proud of the team who envisioned this and put it into reality. I'm gonna wait for Skullduggery. Sumer, oh my God. So this is Gautam Bhatia. He is a lawyer. Is his day job, and he writes at night. And his book is The Wall. The Wall, where an entire society lives inside a wall. They're surrounded by a wall, and they grow up. The kids grow up with an incredible fear of what's behind the wall. Now, in the light of the current genocide in Gaza, this is interesting because now I'm just thinking of this now. how relevant this is. I mean, this is not about any specific place. This is just about the thought experiment of what happens if you are in essentially a very extremely gated community and you grow up and you internalize these fears, but you don't know, but they're very abstract because you don't see what's possibly threatening you because everybody says, well, the threat is huge, but and then you ask them like, well, what is it? And they say, well, we don't know because it's behind the wall, right? And then these kids, these protagonists, young people in the book, they uh, decide to jump over I forget what they're doing, but they basically want to go outside the wall and verify that this is in fact a threat. Here are these watchtowers, and I forgot how they do it, but they eventually, I think they're able to do it, and it's a very philosophical book that really plays with this idea and what it does to you, what it does to your identity when you're constantly uh, afraid of something that you don't know what you're really afraid of. This is a illustration in the book. That's how we came up with the design because it's a round structure and the wall is round and here's the city inside, and then there's little countryside areas and then the watchtowers. And this is when you look at it from above. There's these floating rocks. I don't know what they symbolize, but here, what we did is actually the people arrive here, the audience. So if you put yourself into the mindset of the avatar body of the audience, you go like, okay, where's today's show? Oh, it is here, and then you go here, and then you're teleported inside. Um, so yeah, but you can't go out, of course. So that's it. The Wall. This is also something I need to reread, and then the sequel to The Wall is The Horizon. I haven't read it. Haven't read it. My shame. Delightful high concept. Really, really food for thought. And he does a great job in exploring this. It's a very philosophical book, but also very suspenseful. Lots of action. Um, okay, we have about 20 minutes left. Let's go here. Sex. Anybody want to go here? Port Stubbs is what we just been to. New Orleans. Let's go to New Orleans real quick. New Orleans. That was very cool. Now, what's the name of the author? We'll find out. So this happens in New Orleans in 1995 at the Fang Fest. It's a vampire novel. Also, is this a debut author? I think she was at the time. And you go in here, all different references to vampires and bad people. Freddy Krueger's not a vampire. What the? This is from Damien, I guess, right? Um, and oops, the audience came in here, and up here we had the show. Amy McCaw is her name. There you go, Amy McCaw. It's a very good book. Uh, Minna and the Undead. So cool cover design, like a VHS tape. And we basically kind of copied the entrance. And you know what? Now I know where the environment settings came from. The environment settings are wrong. But hold on. The environment that we designed for this is actually also copying the red of the cover. Nice, huh? Again, creative design, off-the-shelf house, and interior decoration. Very creative. Here's Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger somehow plays a role in this novel. I forgot. Uh, yeah, Amy McCaw. Young adult, people know I say this all the time. I like young adult. I like children's books. young adult is sometimes gets a bad rap. People say, "Oh, young adult writers, they can't write. That's why they write young adult." Here's a whole bunch of VHS tapes. The Lost Boys, Doll Man, also 80s horror movies. The Stuff. Oh my God, I remember. It's all referenced in the novel. Not all of them, but it's all about 80s and 90s horror movies. Stranger Things, not 90s. They Live. They Live. We had something about They Live yesterday, remember? You haven't seen it? Don't watch it now. Read a book first, and then you can watch it. God, why does it not open in mouse look? Who knows? Um, I'm pressing on. I forgot why there's these animals up front. Night Silver. Night Silver was also a debut author, I remember. Annalise Avery, there you go. Annalise Avery, Night Silver. Very enjoyable YA. Audience arrived here, and then they had to go across, look around. Got so many skyboxes, they're interfering with each other. You had to go around, through here, door opens, and you go in here. Another book where I don't remember what it's about, but I remember that I really enjoyed it. Is that wrong? The Night Silver Promise. The Night Silver Promise, The Doomfire Secret. So this might be a good gift. Really, really great designed book covers. Big disappointment with this book. One of the characters is called Dax, not Drax. I was really bummed about that. That's why I burned the book after I read it. What every narcissist would do, am I right? So Annalise Avery here. We had. Oh yeah, these. Look at these dragonflies. Cool. There was a lot of cool stuff that we found on Marketplace for this. Very cozy. Cozy place. Everything's gonna be gone. Stop whining, Drax. Or I'm gonna rename you Dax, like in this book. Let's go over here to go back to the teleporter. Um, oh yeah, there's all these little tchotchkes that are referenced in the book, Epsom salt and stuff like that. Just noticed. Okay, the wall, we got that. Venice Beach. Oh yeah, Venice Beach. Venice Beach. What's that author? This was awesome. Here we go. Jackson Ford. This is cool stuff. Jackson Ford. This takes place in Venice Beach, in the skateboarding community. We were sitting down here, Jackson and the audience was sitting up there, looking down. Uh, I think these are detective novels. The Girl Who Moved Shit with Her Mind, Eye of the Shitstorm, Shit Flying Through the Air, and of course, a shitload of crazy powers. Like Alias meets X-Men. I loved it. Yeah, that's pretty good description. So fast reads, suspenseful, good stuff. Now that I'm reading heavy duty Marxist theory right now in real life, and Karl Polanyi and philosophy, I'm kind of looking at this like I need a break from this heavy duty stuff. I need to just read Eye of the Shitstorm. Tegan Frost is the name of the protagonist. There you go. Yeah. So she has these superpowers and solving crime. So This is good stuff. This is light reading in the best sense of the word. Stuff that you can give people as a birthday gift. A drunken back alley brawler of a book. Jackson Ford, a good guy. It's amazing to also talk. It was amazing and fun to find out so much about the the life of an author. I think that's what the audience really. Those are the Watts Towers in the back there, right? You know the Watts Towers, folks. Let me just read it straight off Wikipedia real quick. The Watts Tower was built by an Italian immigrant. He was a laborer, Sabato Rodia. That's right. He came to America, and then he was struggling with menial labor, uh, and he was living in Long Beach, and he got this place here, and he designed the Watts Tower of made from steel and porcelain and parts of mirrors and found objects. Look that up, the Watts Tower, Watts Towers. And if you're in the area, visit them. It's fascinating. It's outsider architecture, I guess. Outsider in the sense of that um, he was not Simon Rodia was not a trained architect, but he did this, and it's an amazing achievement, and it's a cultural icon, if not a architectural icon. Round three, Joan Mitchell, Grave Secrets, Autumnal, Kololo Hill. We haven't been. Exit Management, Grave Secrets, Joan Mitchell. We've been. Kololo Hill. Sex. I don't know what sex is. Oh. Don't clip that. Oh yeah, that's right. Damon Young is a philosopher in Australia on getting off, sex and philosophy. He writes a bunch of philosophy books. He wrote about The Art of Reading is also very good. So this is about sex and philosophy. Here's a bunch of thinkers and perverts. No, this was a great talk. And this was one of those talks where for me it was like 4 a.m. because of the overlap in time. 10 p.m. SLT. That's German time. No, it's not that early. It's 7 a.m. But yeah, that was great. I don't recall the details. I probably have to reread the book. Oh, look at these questionable depictions of men and women doing a thing, but the naughty bits are draxed out. So good. This is a PG sim. No, it's a moderate sim. Moving on. Reality. What is reality? I don't know what. Ooh. The True Life Circus. The True Life Circus. This was really great. This has nothing to do with Infinite Jest. I just put that there. And it also has nothing to do with playing with reality. Although playing with reality, we repurposed this, but originally it was built for C.B. Lee. Let me see if I still have an image. C.B. Lee. No. It was not C.B. Lee. What's her name? Corey Lee. Corey L. Lee. Corey with double R. Mix them up. Corey L. Lee. Don't have an image. Corey L. Lee. She wrote a couple of books. Very interesting, sci-fi-ish fantasy. I don't know how to, or alternate history maybe would be the genre. And yeah, let me see because we came in through here. There we go. This is where the audience appeared. True Life Circus. Come and see the amazing Prochatzkas. This is a circus family. in this alternate reality, alternate history. I have the book right here. I should read the blurb. Weave the Lightning. And one of the daughters had some sort of superpowers. Garrett is the son of Burshanskaya's supreme general. Despite his powerful storm affinity and the state's best training, he can't control the magic. To escape the brutal consequences, he flees. Selka is a traveling circus performer, hiding both her link to the underground and her storm affinity from the prying eyes of the secret police. Right. This is a kind of a totalitarian state, and the powers of harnessing the lightning is something that people aspire to, and if you can do it, then you move up in the world, but you have to hide that because obviously the state wants that power, and that's basically the premise of this novel. The greatest thing that I did here was drag a texture on on the object. Old school Second Life mistake. But yeah, then we repurposed it with playing with reality, which was about virtual worlds and games and communities in during COVID. And I think I'm quoted in this book, as is Shyla as well. Yeah, I like this a lot, and I like those books by Corey L.E. Weave the Lightning. You can look it up. Hello, folks on the chat. Francisco, Roxy. We're getting to closing time. Underwater. Next, what is Underwater? This was Meg Mundell, I believe. Was it? Oh no, it's also Ray Naylor. We had shows here a couple of times. So Ray Naylor wrote a book called The Mountain in the Sea, which is very good. It's about octopuses that are very intelligent. Well, they all are. Um, and what to do about it. What are we doing to our environment? It's an environmental novel in the best sense of the word. A thriller, high octane thriller of incredible importance. And David Mitchell is blurbing it. Oh my God! And I never accomplished to get David Mitchell on the show. God damn it, David Mitchell of the Cloud Atlas fame. Never got him on the show. But Ray Naylor was fantastic. This book is highly recommended. The Mountain in the Sea. Look it up. Look up if the description suits you. You will not be disappointed. Technology, environment, the relation of the two. Science. Really big questions tackled in this novel. And these I found on Marketplace, and I put them all over the place. Incredible land impact. 50 or something, right? 20. All right. I feel like I'm rushing, but I'm sorry, folks. I could do this all day, but I can't. Wench. Now, this is a set design that I love. Maxine Kaplan is a wonderful author. 2 books she has out. Bad Girl. Yeah, The Accidental Bad Girl. And Wench. Her mother is Brooke Gladstone from On the Media. That's why I put that there. I'm not saying this because, she's the daughter of Brooke Gladstone, so she's got to be good. No, she's good because she's Maxine Kaplan. That's why. Not because she has famous parents. Her father is also kind of famous. And here we look at this Minecraft. And here is a little Minecraft table. What does Minecraft have to do with this novel? Who knows? You got to read it. It's fun. wench. And here's the ice world, and here's the volcano world. Really elaborate set. I'm gonna do midday, have a little bit lighter, more light. All mixed chairs, and these are movable. Minecraft. This is really fantastic. And here I think you were also able to go dive in. What was that? That was part of this show. What happens if I go in there? Oh, no, this is how we got into for this show. That's right. So that was the entrance point for this particular show. For the underwater show, I think people did arrive here and then they were told to just dive in and then they came out here. There you go. You can watch all these discussions, these book discussions on the YouTube playlist. They're all together. And then you will see actually how it all went down. And you will hear the discussions, of course, as well. The Cellar. This is the Comedy Cellar. And the Comedy Cellar was, we did a whole bunch of different shows here. Hans-Georg Müller, German philosopher, teaches in China, a book about propheticity, about you and your profile. It's not only about Second Life profiles. Oh, we got into some heated discussions here because I love his book, but I disagree with a few things, and he was pushing back hard. So you got to watch that show. That's especially for Second Lifers who express themselves through their avatar. This is a must-watch show and maybe a must-read book even. So, but watch it first. These are all different Second Lifers from the book club, and this is me when I was running around with my dragster mask in Sansar, but also here in real life. This is 2010 in LA with the folks from the Kansas to Cairo project. They were taking pictures of my mask. Look how disturbing that is. This is a kid saying like, "What's wrong with your face, dude?" Same kid. Who's this kid? Here I am flying to Hawaii. This is the original Drex brew. No way you're under 30. No, I'm not under 30. And this is from the original 2010 Linden Lab ad campaign, Become Your Avatar. They photoshopped my avatar. That's ridiculous. But they didn't Photoshop me. I look like a serial killer. Ugh. Whatever. Why did I consent to this? So this is the Comedy Cellar. Not a lot of comedy here, but discussions of profiles. And lastly, Kololo Hill was with, this was out here. Kololo Hill is a great novel by Nima Shah. Nima Shah from the UK, roots in India. This is about the a life of immigrants in the UK. This stuff is always interesting. When you're left with nothing but your secrets, how do you start again? Little blurb here. Let's turn it around and see what it's about. An impressive, confident debut about family and survival against the backdrop of history that's not written about often enough. Yeah, classism. Classism in India, classism in the UK. Very, very enjoyable and good read. Kololo Hill. I recommend it to you. So this was outside of the New Orleans place that we had this get together. This, little bodega here, Muchinda's Mini India. I think I bought this off the shelf, but then this we decorated, the salt sticks. This is from Botanical. This is a Second Life brand, as you know, and the rest came with it. It's just just paint it on, if you will. Reality, we've been there. Singularity, Night Silver Prison, Mutapa, Skullduggery. That still have to go. Venice Beach, let's make sure. Wench twice. Dara, Joan Mitchell, Grave Secrets, memes. Yeah. So the one that's left is Skullduggery Pleasant. Skullduggery Pleasant, if you're not familiar with it, well, you're not a teenager. But Skullduggery Pleasant is a series that is hugely famous around the world by a Irish author. Phil Lynott, bassist of Thin Lizzy, is here up front. Why? You'll find out if you read one of those. How many are there? 30? So Skullduggery Pleasant is this detective who's a skeleton. Here he is. This might be fan art or a lot of fan art out there. So Skullduggery Pleasant is huge. This stack of books is I put this in there. This is a real life stack of books. This was crazy. So he is with HarperCollins, big publishing company, and I was arranging the show I was on with his publisher. The publisher said, "Oh, how many books do you read in preparation?" I go like, "Well, I try to read at least 2, if not 3." And she says, "Okay, how many books should we mail to you?" Because I said I read physical books. I don't want to read an ebook. And they said, "Oh, we're happy to send you copies of his books." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Derek Landy, here he is. And I said, "Well, yeah, just mail me like the first 3 in the series, because the series has maybe 20, and then there's a bunch of special ones." And you know what? They sent me the complete series, and again, I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know how many there are, but the whole box, a gigantic box came, and it was 30 plus books in there. 30 plus, including duplicates that I gave away to friends, duplicates of like hardbacks, paperbacks. This was a special. This is the last one, I think, until the end. And then there was a special collectible thing. This here, the Grimoire, the Secret History of the Universe. This sort of backstory, world building stuff. I mean, this is a huge enterprise. This is a multi-million best-selling series. The reason why I know about it is because my son's grandmother sent him a bunch when he was little. This is half of the stack that they sent me. Crazy, huh? And that was a great discussion. The bummer was that we crashed because the streaming software OBS messed up. So it's on the playlist, the discussion, but it's chopped up in 6 parts or something because we had to restart the streaming. And I never heard from HarperCollins again because I think they were like, "Oh, the beginning we're like, that is so cool, like a virtual book tour." And then afterwards they go, "This is bullshit. This is not working." But Derek Landy, he loved it. And he emailed me afterwards. He had a great time. And there were big fans, super fans. There was a young guy in college, a British guy, who said he grew up with Skullduggery, and he signed up to Second Life just to be in the audience with his hero, Derek Landy. And so it was great. It was nerve-wracking because everything crashed all the time. And, people who followed this series and followed this project, they know that I get upset about it because I want the guests to have a good time. I want the audience to have a good time. And I want to have a record of it. I'm streaming it to have a record of it. And it bugs me when the stream doesn't work. But, then when I sleep over it, I go like, you know what? But the in-world audience had a good time. In-world audience had a great time. So the stream is messed up or is in 6 parts or whatnot. But who cares? The people who were there, they had a good time. What is this? This is David Cronenberg's short film about his own death. I thought it was appropriate to have it here on a loop. You can find it online. That's it, folks. That's it. Island 3. Island 3 will be gone. These mesh people, these fake people here will be gone. Everything will be gone. And all I will have left is the memories and my Linden home. So thank you for supporting this event series. Thank you for picking up a book and making me happy because you picked up a book and you turned from lapsed reader or non-reader to reader. It's good for you. Not in the same way broccoli is. Broccoli is also good, but if you don't like broccoli, that's no big deal. You will survive. But if you don't read, you are missing out. You're missing out because you are not exercising your ability to make up worlds in your head just from text. And this is the danger of AI, because when we live in a world and you can type a sentence into an AI engine and it creates an entire multimedia thing for you, you will atrophy. The muscle will atrophy. You will lose your humanity because you will not exercise this wonderful ability to create your own world in your head. When you use an AI engine to create that world, it will create that world out of existing remixed stuff. It will not be you. Your identity will atrophy. And I don't want to end on this negative note, because AI will be and already is dominating our world, but we can totally resist. And if you're smart and if you want to remain a human being, you have to resist. That's all I have to say. Right? Yemovian, thank you. Thank you, everybody. There's the big playlist on my YouTube channel. Go through that playlist and you have access to all the different discussions. Maybe something whet your appetite today, book that I mentioned, or maybe not. Then you have to go to the playlist. Gustav is running around in circles. He does the exact same thing what he does in real life, and he's still sleeping now. He has to go to the bathroom as soon as he wakes up. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you around tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. Tomorrow we have one more island. Tomorrow we will meet at 10 p.m. SLT, not midnight, because I have an appointment. I'm in a different time zone. Spoiler alert. So at midnight SLT, I can't do the walkthrough of Island 4. That's the last island that is left. Can we see the island from here? Oh, no, it's on the other side. So tomorrow, 10 p.m. SLT, the last island. So don't miss it. It's so funny to just ping Linden Lab, always like, hey, I need another island. They go like, okay, what the fuck? Sure, here you go. And now they're taking it away. And again, totally fine, totally reasonable. Linden Lab would not be able to stay in business if they would just give away islands to everybody. They have great programs. I was alerted by New One Wind about the Preservation Society, which I was aware of peripherally. They do great stuff. SL Endowment of the Arts. So Linden Lab is aware of the cultural significance of Second Life, and they are preserving certain islands. This was an arrangement that I had with Linden Lab that was tied to an event series. The event series is over. Sure, in an ideal world, it would stick around and be a home for book lovers. But there are other places in SL that have active groups, reading groups, and maybe I'll start a reading group when it's Infinite Jest reading time for the 30th anniversary, which is February 1st. So follow me, follow my Substack, and I'll alert people to that in due time. My Substack newsletter is the place where you find news about me. Okay. Okay, folks. Goodbye. Good night.
We're all thrown into it, one way or the other. We all try to steer it as straight as we can. Sometimes we collide with each other. Who is to blame and who's gonna fix the boat? Life, oh life, there's nothing to fear from your life. Let me know if I can be of any help. Life, you and I, let's try a fresh start today. What do you say? Let's close the door on the past. So we swim, and it is in so many ways just a little trick to keep our heads above water. But now I'm not afraid anymore. Life